Welcome back to another episode of the Rising Lotus Qigong. I am Christina.
And I am Peyton.
And we're delighted to be with you again for your Tai Chi and Qigong practice. Over the course of the previous episodes, we've walked you through a variety of different things, from Qigong, simple things that are static in one spot, to a little bit of stepping and moving. We want to remind you, find enjoyment in your practice, be kind to yourself, and take time learning the steps. If it doesn't come to you easy at first, that's okay. Just keep practicing. Practice at home or outside in a park, wherever you find some time to put all the pieces together and to refresh your memory. There's no need to really try to memorize everything all at once and make it into this great or fabulous practice where it's beautiful and flowing. Just a little bit here and there every day helps to repattern the brain and recondition the body and get used to doing Tai Chi or Qigong. Our last episode, we were discussing some ideas about moving the hands and coordinating. And over the years, Peyton and I, we've been teaching, and we know that coordinating hands and feet together can be a challenge for people. And so take time, work on one piece, and then bring in the second piece. Today we're going to simplify just a little bit. We're going to work on building from our stepping technique that we've learned with Part Wild Horse's mane. And we're going to add a little bit more of some Qigong in there, but the idea is to kind of smooth this whole thing out in preparation for one complete flow that we're going to throw together and learn all the pieces moving in continuum. So remember that Qigong and Tai Chi is a combination of body, breath, and mind. So working the body in conjunction with your breath and having the mind relax onto an intention or simply the enjoyment of the meditative space. That's all we're asking. Put a smile on your face and enjoy the movement as it comes out, and it will evolve over time. Anything you want to add?
Nope, that was pretty complete.
That was complete? Awesome. All right, so maybe we'll start today, as we usually do, with a warm-up and get our body ready to do some movement.
That sounds good.
And then we'll go through our typical warm-ups, and then we'll bring in brush knee.
Yep, the next piece in
Perfect.
the set.
Sounds good.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's bring both feet together, coming into our Wuji posture. Flex those knees. It's okay to have a little bit of space between your feet if you need it for balance. Lift the top of the head up toward the sky. Hands are down by our sides on our thighs. And we're just breathing, getting settled, getting centered. And breathing in and breathing out. Let's get one more of those. Just breathe deeply in and breathe out. Excellent. All right, shift your weight more onto the right foot. Left heel comes up off the floor, moving out into Tai Chi posture, stepping out, shoulder width. Go ahead and take a look down. Make sure that your toes are pointed forward, that your knees are flexed, so we're creating the walls of our house on our legs, and we have the roof coming up into the hips. Good. Tuck the tailbone underneath a little bit, lift the top of the head, open the elbows out just a little bit to the sides to create some space in our armpits. Let the hands hang, relax the shoulders, and let your body become adjusted and used to this position. Give yourself a little bit of time just to settle. A couple of breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, 3 pulling down heavens is how we're going to open our practice. So we're going to inhale, flex the knees a little bit. Inhaling, we're going to lift the hands up at shoulder height. Shoulders are relaxed, palms turn over. Big inhale, filling. And then we're going to exhale. Allow yourself to relax. Fingertips, wrists, elbows, shoulders, down through the torso into the hips and legs. Good. Inhale. Number 2. Filling. Expanding in all directions. Exhaling. allowing ourselves to relax from the top of our head down through the central core of our body into the hips and legs. And number 3, inhale, filling. Exhale. Allow ourselves to, in our awareness and our consciousness, just to come down from the head down into the hips. Excellent. All right. You want to walk us through some warm-ups of the body?
Absolutely.
Circles?
All right, so from where we are, we're going to go ahead and roll through the wrist. Just take a couple of rotations in each direction. Switch sides or directions. And move up to the elbows. All we're doing is breaking up stagnation in the joints and getting blood and circulation moving, getting oxygen to come down into the fingertips, switch directions, and getting the body to wake up and be ready for some energetic practices. One more and we'll move on to the shoulders. Inhale up, roll to the back, exhale down. Roll to the front, inhale up, roll to the back. One more rotation to the back. And switch, now roll to the front. So we trap a lot of tension in the shoulders. This is a great way to break up the tension in the shoulders. And then we'll move down to the hips. So just making some circles here around the floor. So keep the top part of your body still and roll your hips around in circles. Again, lots of stagnation that settles down into the hips and in the psoas area. So we're always just trying to get muscles to expand and contract and get blood and oxygen moving into this area, and then switch directions, go the other way. If you have any type of hip replacement, then you're going to do this exercise cautiously, and we call that working inside of the border. So you'll know that there's going to be a place where it feels like you're pushing a little too far into outside of your comfort zone. So as if there were a ball spinning around inside of a cup or something, you're just going to work your way around that edge. So stay inside of your comfort zone. And come back, and now we'll work with the knees. So go ahead and bring your feet together. Always put the hands on the knees for extra stability. Your knees are very precious. If anything happens to your knees, your life's going to be interrupted. So always be careful and kind to your knees. Support them, give them lots of love, and same to the ankles. So push back, roll back up to a standing position, and work with the ankles. Roll with your foot down, toe down, or you can do like Peyton, lift up the knee, roll in both directions. If you were to the outside, come and bring it to the inside. Or if you need the extra stability, you can also hold on to a chair or something at home if you need extra help with your balance, and switch sides. Roll in one direction and then roll back in the other. Awesome. So just a gentle reminder, always work within the comfort zone of your stretching. Never push yourself to the point where you feel sharp pain, because that means you're pushing your body too far. If you're ever doing any type of stretching in preparation for Qigong, always work within that comfort zone. Over time, as your muscles get warmed up, you'll find that you have some extra space, but don't ever push it, especially if you haven't warmed up yet. Just always work within, like I said, that ball that's rolling around inside of a container. Always work on that pressure zone, and then over time you'll find that it'll start to stretch out and you'll have a little extra space to work in. So be kind to your body. Some warm-ups as well, energetic warm-ups. Let's do some spinning.
Good. Yeah, we'll do some spinning.
Okay, so maybe I'll answer a question. I'm anticipating a question, so I'm going to answer a question. Why do we always do spinning as one of our warm-ups?
I don't know, Christina. Why do we do spinning as one of our warm-ups?
Well, there's a very important piece, and we actually have some exercises that we'll share with you later, but because we're working the spine, we're actually stimulating the central nervous system, everything that goes through your spinal column, your vertebra, and we're getting that stretching action happening in there. And so there's lots of little bones from the base of the skull all the way down to the tip of your tailbone, and stagnation likes to get stuck in those areas. So by doing this twisting motion, which we don't normally do on a daily basis, usually in life, if we When we go to pick up something, we'll turn our whole body towards that direction and pick something up because it's efficient. But we rarely twist ourselves around this way to go pick up something that's to our side. So we don't get a lot of stretch and stimulus into all the many muscles that are along the spine and get the nerves stimulated and break up all of that stagnation that's in the spine. So spinning is a great way for us to get that movement. That said, I'm already spinning.
All right, let's spin.
Yes. And while you're doing this, if you actually look behind you, then you're going to stretch the cervical vertebrae or the cervical area more. And that's going to translate down into the trapezius muscles, which are on the shoulder. And you'll get an extra extension, extra stretch. That's all you really need to know. It just feels really good and stretches the body, opens everything up, allows chi, breath, and blood to move. And if you do it enough, long enough, every day, what you'll find is that you actually feel like you're returning to your center. Okay, we're going to bring it back to the front. And what do I mean by returning to your center? Well, if you stay like I am, rooted in the same spot, and you're spinning over this central axis, then you're training yourself to bring awareness back into your midline, in your center point. You see my hips are still moving, my body's still kind of in that open space, and the muscles are remembering that open, that repetition. But spinning not only works on a physical level, it works on an energetic level to bring your awareness back into your midline. And kind of in a way, you could say, you could use that outward force of the hands swinging to let go of things that no longer serve your highest good, any stresses, any concerns. You're like, I'm going to let go of those as I turn and swish them off my hands like sludge off my fingertips and off into the distance. And as I do that, I'm purifying and I'm coming back into my center, and I can take a deeper breath and I feel better because I've gotten rid of all of these things on the surface. And I'm centered. That's why I like spinning.
I like it because it makes me feel like I'm connected back into my hips too. Mm-hmm. So I have a nice solid base. So my awareness is now, maybe I've been working a problem of some kind, and I've been kind of heady.
Sure.
And so this helps me to, like you said, narrow back down to the central core and then link back into the rest of my body. So
Absolutely.
I'm present. Mm-hmm. And accountable.
Right.
So,
right, and we could actually add a couple more things to it. I mean,
Yep.
Such a simple exercise, but
Yep.
so many benefits of it.
Yep.
The psoas muscle, which we've referred to, runs on the inside of your hip bone here. And it's a very big muscle. It keeps you standing upright, but also gets really tight over time.
Especially if you sit.
Especially if you sit for long
Yep.
periods of time. And so spinning helps to stretch that area. So as you're turning to the side, you're opening up this side. And as you stretch over to this side, you're opening up this side of the psoas muscle, of the body, which you have one psoas muscle on each side, so it's mirrored. So you get a chance to break up stagnation that comes from sitting for long periods of time.
Yep.
And with most of us kind of confined to short spaces for long periods of time, this is, whether it's in traffic or work or home or whatnot, this is a great way to help get the lower part of the body opened up.
Sounds great. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Feels good, right? And so for this practice, you're about ready to walk us through brush knee.
Yep.
Yep.
That's correct.
And so it's a great way to open up the hips to get into stepping. And since we are working the lower part of the body in this progression of forms that we're teaching, spinning is a great way to break up any stagnation in the hips and get that area ready to start stepping.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. So brush knee in and of itself is still using that same stepping pattern that we used in the very first exercises, which is stepping to the left, shifting back, and then stepping to the right side, shifting forward, and then shifting back.
Step the wrong way, but that's okay.
And so we're going to be working that left and right shift. The hands are going to be somewhat stationary. They're still out in front of the body. But it's slightly different than our first exercises where we're part wild horse's mane, or grabbing the ball and roll back and push. So let's go ahead and we'll begin. We'll open up by, we'll go right into our opening Tai Chi posture, which is basically we're going to come up and put our hands on the ball. So let's go ahead and we'll move out into Tai Chi posture. Get ourselves set. And we're using those principles that we use from ocean waves. So we are going to inhale. Pressure is now moving forward onto the balls of the feet. The hands come up. Elbows are heavy. Now I'm going to sit back, press the lower back open. There we go. Elbows are pointed down to the floor. All right, from this point right here, we're going to shift our weight over to the right foot. Bring the left foot next to the right foot, opening up the knee. The left hand is going to drop down and it's going to face the floor. The right hand is going to turn slightly toward our face. We're going to look to our left and we're going to step out to the left. And then as we turn our torso to face left, the hands stay in this position and we're just going to shift, weighting that front leg. Bottom hand turns, top hand. It's perfect. Now let's move back to the right, shifting our weight backward. Left toes come to the front. Left hand is going to come up onto the top, holding the ball. Right hand is going to come to the bottom, holding the ball, and shift our weight back to the left. Good. Right foot comes over to match the left, and we're holding the ball with left hand on top, right hand on bottom. Perfect. Open the knee, looking to the right side. Go ahead and step out to the right. Top hand opens to face our face. Bottom hand faces the floor. Nice and rounded. We're going to shift our weight to the right, weighting the right front foot. Bottom hand faces the floor, and then we'll do a little bit of a push with the knife edge of the hand toward the right side. Perfect. Shifting back to the left. Top hand drops down. Right hand is going to come up on top, grab the ball. Right foot turns to the front. Shift our weight to the right. Left foot comes over to match the right foot. Open the knee, looking left. Step out to the left and wait. Good. Bottom hand turns to the floor. Top hand, edge of the palm pushes to the front. Excellent. Shift back to the right. Left foot turns to the front, toes to the front. Top hand comes up on top. Right hand comes to grab the ball. Shift the weight to the left. Right foot comes over, matches. Open the knee, look to the right, step out to the right. Bottom hand turns down. Top hand edge faces to the right. Turn, weight to the front. 70-30. Shift back to the left. Top hand's going to drop down. Right hand comes over to grab the ball. Right toes turn to the front. Shift your weight to the right. Bottom hand turns down. Top hand comes up. Left foot matches. Open the knee, step out, and shift. A lot going on here. A lot of fun though. All right, we're going to shift back and take a slight break. Bottom hand just comes down to the front. Top hand holds the ball. Go ahead and pull the left foot over to match the right, coming up, holding the ball, and drop the top hand down. And step out, shake out your legs. All right. Any tips?
I think that was very good, very well executed and explained. There might be some questions about, how do I do this brush knee part? So just think about this hand the brush knee is that this hand is wanting to come around the front here. So as this hand and you're turning to the front, just think about this hand making an arc right here in front of the knee. So it goes from here, and as you turn, your hand you turn your hand to the side. So it does actually go on the outside of the knee. So you want to have it over here. It doesn't stay on the inside. So just simply turning your body and the hand turns. The top hand is pushing. So it's a dual action. So this is a block and push. This is the block. This is the push. So together.
Let's do it to the front.
So if you need to practice that.
Opening to the front, stepping out, brush and push. Push.
So basically that's what we're doing.
Yep.
To each side.
That's what it looks like from the front. Okay.
Yep.
Let's practice that just a little bit more. And just remember that the feet are still shifting left and right. So we'll go a little bit slower this time.
Yeah, and here our purpose is really just to introduce the hands and the feet going left and right.
Yep.
Left and right. So no need to drop into it kind of the way we were doing, but we're just showing you what the form looks like.
All right. So let's come back to our Tai Chi position. Feet shoulder width. Nice and slow. Be sure you have good balance. And let's shift our weight over to our right foot. Let's go ahead and we'll grab the ball. So our right hand is on top, left hand is on the bottom, and then go ahead and step your feet together. Open that knee, looking to the left. I'm going to step to the left, verify where I'm going to go, so I got my balance. Bottom hand turns down, top hand pushes, and we're going to just shift our weight forward onto that left foot. Excellent. From here, we're going to shift the weight backwards again onto the right foot. The hands, the bottom hand comes up on top, right hand's on the bottom, holding the ball. Go ahead and bring the feet together. Open that knee, looking to the right. Step to the right, nice and confident. Bottom hand turns over, top hand pushes, shifting that weight onto the right foot. Shift back to the left. Top hand drops down, right hand's on top, hold the ball. Bring both feet together, open the knee of the left leg, step out. Bottom hand turns over, top hand pushes. Shift back. Right hand on bottom, left hand on top. Grab that ball. Shifting left, bring the right foot to match. Open the right knee, step right, bottom hand turns down, top hand pushes, shift to the right. Shifting back to the left. Hands reverse, left is on the bottom. Shift your weight to the right, bring the left next to the right. Open the knee, step to the left, bottom hand turns down, push with the top. Excellent. Shifting back. One more. Turn those toes, shift the hands, grab the ball, left hand on top, right hand on the bottom. Open the knee, stepping to the right, bottom hand turns down. And coming back into the middle, shift back, just hold the ball where you have it. Center yourself up, drop the left hand down. Let's inhale, pulling down heavens, just to center. Give our legs a break. And step out from that for a moment. Give yourself, your legs a little bit of time to recover.
Sure. This is a good time if you feel any tension to roll your feet again. Put the toes down and just roll the ankles out and the knees. Maybe some pointers on what not to do.
Okay.
What not to do. What not to do is push yourself past your comfort zone. So if your body says, I'm having trouble holding my balance as I step out, take a short step. So it's more important for you to get used to the idea of keeping some sort of alignment rather than trying to take this huge step out and breaking your structure and then putting your body, see how my heel came up, and putting yourself in a position that's uncomfortable or that could lead to an injury. We don't want anybody to get injured. We want this to be an enjoyable practice for many years to come. So work yourself into it. If it's too much to get the hands going, then just simply get used to the stepping. You can always do that. Just get used to the idea that you're stepping to the side. Make that its own practice. People often say that their legs get tired. Sometimes people get a little bit of pain in the knees as the knees become a little bit stronger. So if you have a knee replacement, please be easy on yourself. If you have any type of surgery in the legs, please be easy on yourself. Otherwise, as usual, practice makes perfect.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Go to aibtv.com/donate to support programming like this. Your contributions may be tax deductible.